Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Shane Plays Spirit Island. We're on episode 24, and we are now going to try to finally finish off the level 6 adversaries in the core box by defeating England at level 6. Just like last time, we are being a little bit making sure things tilt in our favor by playing on Thematic board East, playing with Dahan Insurrection, and let's review what England does at level 6. So, as always with England, if they get 7 or more buildings in a single land, they win. So we need to remember to stop that from happening. I feel like that happened to me last time, maybe. I think that's maybe how they won. So need to keep an eye out for that. But it's been 2.5 weeks, so I don't remember for sure. Anyway, stage 2 escalation. They get to build some more, which helps them achieve this loss condition and also screws with my math when I'm trying to figure out if they are about to cause me to lose using this. I was about to say lose using this. They don't lose. They win. I lose. All right. So we've got indentured servants earn land. That's their level 1 power that is very annoying, where they can still build if they have nearby cities and towns. They're getting extra cities and towns during setup. They're going to do an extra build, which is at a bad timing and makes everything really terrible if they get 2 cards of the same type in a row, or just a coastal land with a terrain type that is coastal. There's lots of terrible possibilities there. I think on the board we're playing on, wetland next to coastal will be rough. We'll figure it out. Anyway, their cities and towns have +1 health, which is tricky. As opposed to Sweden, where they're doing extra damage, having extra health means that when I'm coming in with my Dahan, it's going to take 4 Dahan to kill a city and 3 Dahan to kill a town, which is definitely a different situation. I don't know that it's that much better or worse than the extra damage, but it's definitely going to change the shape of this game a little bit. And finally, they're going to get an extra fear token in the fear pool, which will definitely make it hard to win the way I have been, since my main goal here is to get to Terra level 2 and then occupy the board. Alright, and anytime we don't resolve any fear cards, they're going to build from high immigration twice. So it'll take a few turns before that gets a slot, but after that we want to be doing at least 5 fear per turn. That shouldn't be a problem, especially looking at how things were going last game. But the fact that these are hard to kill does make it a little bit trickier. We'll see how it goes. Alright. I think this continues to be my optimal setup. I'm still not playing with an event deck because I don't like it. I am still putting my presence here, for better or worse. Oh boy, they're exploring the wetlands first, again. Alright. I mean, I dealt with it with Sweden. I can deal with it with these guys. It does very much change here. So, with Sweden, because they were starting with a town here, they got the extra explorer up here. Here, it's not the case. So I don't have to worry about this land. Also, this land I can wipe out with a single sudden ambush. Since each Dahan kills an explorer, will just wipe this area off the map. So that's already a nice advantage here. I can focus my efforts on killing this place, which was my original goal when I was doing things before. This land is a little trickier than before. It does have a extra disease, which is nice. So they're not going to build here, but they do already have 3 damage worth of guys here. So I'm going to need to at least get over there to defend it. But that can be a pretty easy next turn thing. I think this is a very doable trio of lands here. And the fact that I'm seeing ways to deal with all of them with my normal opening plays feels very good. I think I'm in pretty good shape here. So just gonna do the old reliable, toss this presence on the board, sudden ambush, manifest, finish playing those cards. We're ambushing here, pulling from up here, kills all of these guys. Then, oh, I forgot about that. Does that change things? So if I'm not preventing the build there, because I already forgot about England's level 1 power, does that mean that sudden ambush is not worth doing there? So at this point we've got enough people there. I think that's still worth doing. I think that killing those two guys early is still helpful. Yeah. Okay, and they're exploring the mountains, which is the second most plentiful land type. Well, if I can beat it with what's going on this board right now, then it will be a good feat. So, right now I've got 4 damage here, which takes out the city, turns it into a town. There's still 3 damage here. That's not quite as much as I want. So I probably want to bring some more people down here before I manifest. Ideally, I'd like to wipe out everything. Oh, but then there's still going to be a town. And an explorer if I wipe this out. Let's see. So Gather the Warriors is a gather 2, push 1. I can use that to take out this guy. And maybe that will prevent a build if I would do things right. Alright. Well, this is not looking as easy as I thought it did when I started this, but here we go. So, gather 2. I do want the presence, because I want lots of damage. Then push 1, who was not one of the original 2. And let's move a well, let's see, I'm at 6. That's not enough to kill everything. Let's undo. I mean, there's an argument to be made for not killing this town. Because it has a strife, and if it turns into an explorer, then it won't have a strife. If I wipe out everything, I'm left with a town and an explorer. Otherwise, I'm left with 2 towns. If I just kill these 2, I'm left with 2 towns, one of which has a strife. So it's the difference between 2 damage and 3 damage. 2 damage and 3 damage are kind of both just as bad in a lot of ways. So I think maybe this is fine. Alright. And yeah, I'm going to lose someone up here to this Ravage and take a Blight there. Certainly I'm going to take Blight here at this point, I think. But I'll at least kill this while I'm taking that Blight. Okay, yeah. So grab you and you. Take the presents. Take you over here. No presents. So only one ended up here. Oh no, 2. Oh right, because I did it the smart way. Okay, that actually helps them. Oh, but that has 3. Psh, whatever. Um, it's fine. All right. So, we're going to take Blight here and here. We're going to lose 1 Dahan, which means we'll lose 1 of those presents. We'll kill... Oh, we won't kill this because we won't have enough Dahan left there to finish it off. We can kill everything here and prevent the Blight, which is good because there's already Blight here and we don't want it cascading. Alright. Let's see here. I think 1 here. I don't have to worry about stupid Sweden nonsense, so I'm not that worried about these being by themselves. Play these 2. Finish playing. Alright, it's going to be a rough turn, but we're going to make it. Okay, have to lose a presence. Probably the lots of presents here doesn't matter so much. Whoo boy, those mountains. Alright. So. They're not going to build here. I'd love to finish this town off. I did 2 damage to it already. I just need to get 1 guy in there. So that's not too bad. I've got a gather 3, push 2, which is huge, and a gather 4, which is even bigger. So this place, let's see, 3, 4. 4 in there would be big, but I don't think I can get 4 in the same place next to there. It would take 5 in here to get that much. It's a little tricky as well. Alright, most important thing, we want something to end its movement here. If we gather 3 in there, it's a little more than we need, but it does allow us to kill this and then have 4 people in the same place to all be used with Voice of Thunder. They can go here, do 3 damage here, 1 here, leave with 2 explorers, which is a little more than I want, but maybe I can do with the other one during the fast phase, and then I can get some people in here to defend. It's kind of a big ask. Alternatively, we could gather here, push both in this direction and this direction, kill like 1 explorer each. We've then got people in both of the problematic places. And we've still got 2 here. Yeah. I don't really like it as much. It doesn't give us... I guess I could kill the town all the way here, which is technically just as good. But then I can't finish this one off. And I really want to finish this one off. Although, I guess finishing this one off doesn't technically prevent a build, but it does turn it into just building a town, not a city. So it's still a big deal either way. Ooh, lots of tough decisions here. So if I were to gather 3, push 2, I could gather from here and here and here, and then push 2 that way. But from here to here is too far. I don't think there's any way. I mean, I could. Okay, if I gather these 3 up here, kill one of these towns. Push these 3 up here with Voice of Thunder. Kill one of these towns. Gather 3 in here. It kills this town, but then this town is left alive. If I just had one more Dahan down in this whole section, then I think I could kill this town, and this town, which would prevent the build here. And also set me up to eventually prevent a build here. But I just don't have all the damage I need in one place. So I think I've got to focus fire, essentially, on this place and this place. And the best way to do that... Let's see, if I gather 3 here... Okay, wait, gather 3 up here... Push 2 over here. Gather these 3 here. Push these first, then gather 3. There's so many options and none of them do quite what I want. I think... You know, if I could get... the 3 damage there first. Hang on. Maybe there's an order of operations here. So if I can gather 3 in here first, take out that town. No, but then there's no way to get these guys far enough to actually get in there. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay. Continuing. Sorry for all the deliberation here. There's many, many options. No, and of course there's still going to be a guy here, because that's how this scenario works. Okay. So yeah, they're gonna build here regardless of what I do. So I'm just gonna have to deal with that. At least they won't be building here because I killed the town here, so there's only one town adjacent to here, which is nice. Okay. Obviously reclaim. Veil of Night's Haunt is amazing in this. Reaching Grasp I don't much care about. Stretching to the Shore could be really good. I do love using this on Manifest. And in this scenario on Voice of Thunder. So that is definitely something worth considering. But if I'm using this on Voice of Thunder, then I'm using 2 cards in 1 energy to push 4, when I could use 1 card in 1 energy to push 3, which is almost as good. And it has a top half that's sometimes relevant, although the bottom half is usually better in this scenario. I don't think I can turn down Night's Hunt. Similarly, Elemental Boon, it did some good things for me last time, but I probably could have gotten it done without it. I actually don't remember if I used it or not. Whatever. It was good. It was fine. Veil of Night's Hunt is amazing. All right. And of course, since all the cards last time were good, these are not as good. I do like Cycles of Time and Tide. It has Blight removal and Dahan adding. Both of those are good things. It's coastal, which is currently where most of the Blight is. This might do some good things for me. I've got a presence here, so I can target this land with it and get rid of that Blight, for example. I can eventually come down and deal with this Blight. I still think I'll never find time for it, but it's something. And certainly adding Dahan is great. So both of those effects are good. And it's fast. Alternatively, we've got gather Dahan into one of your lands, 1 damage per Dahan present. That's pretty great, because the 1 damage happens here too, but it's slow. Everything else isn't really exciting me. This one just seems strictly worse than this one in a lot of ways. Yeah, I think I've convinced myself on this one. I think slow moving 1 Dahan when I could be slow moving 4 Dahan for less energy. Like, the 1 damage per Dahan is nice, and there's going to be a lot of situations where that's good, but it does effectively end up being range 0 because it's into one of their lands. So if I've already got Dahan there, of course, if I've already got Dahan there because I'm already there, then the 1 damage per Dahan present is a lot more. Yeah, this would be really good on a place that I could get to and then do this right before the Ravage to make sure that the Ravage is just basically nothing. I'm talking myself into this one. Also, both of them have Sun, but this one also has Animal. So sometimes this one's gonna help me trigger Gather the Warriors, which is nice. But I do have a lot of animal, like Veil of Night's Hunt also had animals. Very tricky between these two. I think I'm more often going to find that this one solves problems for me. This one sort of bails out the boat. Removing Blight means I can take Blight. So like right now, if I remove a Blight during this fast phase, and also do some defending here, then the fact that I'm taking Blight up here doesn't bother me as much. Of course, with Veil of the Night's Hunt, I might be able to... Let's see here. So if I played Veil and Words of Warning, doesn't quite do what I need it to do. Because I would need to get at least one Dahan here and at least one Dahan here. And I don't have any other movement at that point. I could obviously wipe this place out, but then I don't have a way to get someone up here to defend it. So I think removing Blight... Okay, hang on. Yeah, and that one's slow. Alright, maybe this one solves the problem I'm having right now, where I can remove a Blight here in order to take a Blight here and not have the island become blighted. I can just go boop, and then either one of these two gets it done. Next turn, I think getting a Words of Warning up here isn't going to be enough anyway, because they're about to build a town there. So I may as well use the Words of Warning now. I was looking like pretty much any of these three cards would take care of this land. But I think Words of Warning is the one that is least useful next turn. So it probably makes the most sense to use this turn, knowing that these other ones could be more useful next turn for wherever they end up exploring. They're probably going to start building the Metropolis here, which is kind of a fine place for it. Although if the first Stage 2 card is either coastal or wetlands, then this place is terrifying. But, you know, 2 out of the 5 possible cards, 40% chance, I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright. Let's do it. Okay. So, we already decided. Take care of that. Take care of this. Finish using powers. Funny, because that also would have solved this, but as usual, we had no way of knowing. It sadly doesn't take care of this place because they're still going to have 2 towns next to it. So they're still going to be able to build here even if there's no one here. And this place doesn't become any less blighted by having one less explorer there. But sure, I think bunching them together makes some sense. So let's push you into here. And at least that empties out a land that was... I mean, okay, it doesn't empty it because they build there, but whatever. Cool. Basically, that card wasn't doing that much for me. Except for the fact that I resolved a fear card, so I didn't double build. Okay. So I've got choices. They can either start working on this as their capital or start working on this as their capital. This jungle's starting to terrify me. They just drew jungle twice in a row, which means they're going to ravage there and then build there again, and the next turn they're going to build there again and ravage there again. This jungle's going to get messy. But I think as a result it makes more sense to put this here. Spread out the terribleness a little bit. Okay. I need to make a break for the coast so badly. I've got a gather 2, push 2. I think I am not so worried about the mountains, although this one is going to build, which is annoying. But I think I need to start shoveling Dahan this way as quickly as possible. Okay. So basically 2 Dahan are going 2 spaces, so I can take them from this most populated place all the way over here. I can take a sacred site with me. I can't kill a town with only 2 Dahan. But I can kill 2 explorers and start working on the towns. Alright. So this turn, they're going to build here and here. And I don't think I care enough to try and prevent it. They're going to ravage here and then build here again, which is horrible, but I can't do anything about it in the fast phase, really. Veil of the Night's Hunt just isn't strong enough. I've only got 2 in range, and I don't have any defense. And I definitely can't afford just spam reclaim. Even if I did, like, the chances of drawing cards that solve that place are low. So I think we let this go for at least 1 turn. Looking at my board, I can get up to 3 card plays this turn. And I've got enough energy that I could play these 3. So probably that's the way to go. It's worth considering a manifest, because if I could do it here, it would be pretty good. But I don't think it's strong enough to forgo the 3 card plays. Because Voice of Thunder right now is amazing. I'm gonna get some movement. Yeah, I think I'm doing this. The question is, where do I want all of my presence? I think probably in places that I don't have it yet, just to keep myself agile. So we'll go here, and we'll go here. Okay. And possibly at the end of this turn, I can Voice of Thunder a bunch of people in here, and or Gather the Warriors. Some combination of putting a bunch of people here and then trying to do something about it next turn. But for the fast phase, I'm just going to focus on, in general, getting all of these guys toward the coast, because the coast is a big problem right now that I need to address. Okay. So, oh, and I have the opportunity to use Gather the Warriors fast if I decide that's a good idea. So essentially I can gather 4, push 1, and then use this to push the other 3. So I can get 4 Dahan into here. That's pretty good. And 3 of them can hurt this place in the meantime. Okay, I'm liking what I'm doing here. So, we're going to gather the warriors, pulling you, and you. Presence is a really big question right now. I think I maybe bring 2 of it to have a sacred site here, but then leave 1 of it back here in case I need to, like, do stuff back here that doesn't involve Dahan. Alright, and then we push 1 into here. And we leave this as a sacred site, because I don't think I'm going to manifest terribly soon. And piling a bunch of presents in one place. Well, I mean, alright, let's think about it. Now, because I'm going to reclaim next turn. So I won't have the energy for it next turn. It would have to be the following turn that I manifest. By that point, either I will have solved these problems or I won't, and it'll be kind of too late for a manifest, I think. Yeah, I'm going to stick with this for now. Stay spread out. I feel like manifest isn't as much value in this scenario as it is normally, because the Dahan are already doing some good stuff here. Alright, so I think we just hit one on the city, because I'm going to bring in 3 more to finish it off. So now we push 3. And we leave my sacred site behind, because again, I'm not manifesting yet. And I could need a sacred site back here. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna do it that way. I've had too many times when I wished I had presence in a place that I didn't. That I think it's a good practice to leave some presence behind when I've got so much of it. Alright. Now I've got a sudden ambush. Hadn't really thought about what I was going to do with it. I guess probably these guys are my best target with that. I could push one of these down here and take care of this guy, but I kind of like all of these just looming over this jungle, so that hopefully I can do something about the jungle next turn. Haven't totally figured it out. So let's ambush here. Yeah, let's bring the presence. Okay. Finish using powers. Alright. Well, that's lovely. That means I can prevent the ravage here. That's very, very good. And since we did a fear card, they don't get to double build, which is nice. I also managed to kill off this town, which meant that neither of these places built. Okay. So once again, we're faced with them building in the place with the most cities and towns. I think this is the obvious choice again, because they're still very focused on the jungle. So let's do something here. I think we are going to end up manifesting, and I'm going to wish I brought all of this presents, but here we are. Okay. We're 2 cards away from hopefully being able to win. It's England, so, like, it's not as guaranteed. They sure have a lot of buildings, but alright. So let's now actually do the math on bringing 4 in here and doing all that damage. So if we do it that way, we kill either just the city. God, this +1 health is a big deal. So if we bring 4 in here, we kill the city. We reclaim. We've got words of warning. It isn't anywhere near enough. We've got sudden ambush back, which, since we've already got 4 people in there, can kill all of the explorers in there. At that point, words of warning is closer to being enough. So the city becomes a town. There'll be 3 towns there. We can kill any number of explorers there. We've got 3 card plays currently, but we're only going to have 2 power, which means if we're doing words of warning, we don't actually have the energy for sudden ambush, and vice versa. I don't think we can do enough here unless I score a lucky minor power, and I don't like counting on that. So let's see what else we can do with Voice of Thunder. If we push them down here, we can wipe this place clean. I like that. Any place that I can empty out entirely is nice. I could potentially take this guy out. I think I'd rather have one place entirely empty. Yeah, and having coastal lands entirely empty is nice. Alright, let's push up to 4. Bring them all down here. Oh, it won't be empty because this town will, of course, become whatever. It's fine. Leave that there. Okay. Reclaim. Give me some good stuff. Okay. As discussed earlier, Portents of Disaster is very good in this scenario. 3 fear in the fast phase, and it can prevent the super building that they're going to do. Oh, that's right. They're also going to build in the jungle, so there was no way I was going to prevent that jungle from blighting. I'm glad I just left it alone. Just ignore that jungle until they start getting close to 7 up there, which is going to happen, but whatever. All right, moving on with our lives. This card is great. This card is... I don't like them taking damage, although it won't kill them. This one pushes. It's in the slow phase, but it's still pretty good, but it doesn't have wind. I think Portents. We're just going to take that. We've got no wind anywhere. No Dahan symbols on any of these cards. I don't like that. Blight removal. I don't have enough plant to trigger the high part of it, so this is literally just blight removal in the slow phase. That's bad. This one... can give me 2 energy? And has some okay symbols? I don't think I'm going to play whatever card I take from here is what it comes down to. But I think this one has the highest chance. Okay. So. This turn, we are largely ignoring these. That means I can't prevent this build. So I'm really stuck in a situation where I'm like, I'm not dealing anything about the Ravage, and I'm not doing anything about the build, but I can do something after the build, and that's what I think I should be focused on, is after this guy builds his town, I should kill that town. And that's pretty easy to do. I just need to get some of these guys back up here, at least 2 of them. Possibly more, but at least 2 of them back up here. And then I need to Voice of Thunder into here, killing the town, killing this guy too. And that way I don't have to worry about the Ravage next turn. So that's a quick, easy, 0-cost ability that does what I need to do. Okay. After that, I think generating fear is high on the list, and we should do it as often as possible. And we've kind of got time to do this. I could even... So I could save this for next turn, at which point I can clear the blight that's about to appear here. Oh, but either way, I'm going to do that. So, okay, here's what I'm thinking. Stay with me here. Oh man, I wish this card had air. Okay. Maybe we do this. So if we do things this way, Gather the Warriors is slow, which is sad, but not the end of the world. Veil of the Night's Hunt, we actually push these guys out of here. At that point, Cycles of Time and Tide can remove the Blight here, which makes it so that the Blight here doesn't flip the card. Because we really don't want to flip the card. That ends us up with 2 here. Then Gather the Warriors gathers 3 here, pushes 2 here, and then Voice of Thunder does everything else we need it to. I think I like this plan. I'm definitely worried about England doing England things. They're going to build twice here because I'm not going to resolve a fear card this turn. So that's going to bring them up to 5 here, which means their stage 2 escalation, unless they have coastal, is going to put 6. I think that's okay, but then I need to kill things here next turn. Very, very badly. Okay. Crossing my fingers that I haven't mathed this out wrong, but I think I can do this. And put this off one more turn. But I need to deal with it in the fast phase of next turn. I need to get at least 3 people in here, which there will be some people here, so I can push them in here in the fast phase. I can play 3 cards with air on them, and at least one of them has an animal, and yeah, okay. I like this plan. Gosh, I hope I haven't done the math wrong. This will be very embarrassing. But I was wondering what to do with the next video, so if it is, then I'll just be extra careful. Okay, so as discussed, push up to 3, putting you there and you there. Keep it there. Okay. Then we can cycle here. Gets rid of that blight. Great. 2 on the blight card. And then we're done. Okay. So they build in the jungle. No fear cards were resolved, so they build in the jungle again. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They ravage in the jungle, put a blight there. They build in the sand. That's fine. Oh, they flipped a coastal land card. Which means they don't get a stage 2 escalation, but it also means that we're in deep trouble because both of these lands are coastal. So things are about to get very, very, very bad. Okay, well, we had a plan. I think it's still a good plan. We still have 2 cards to go. Alright. This is going to be a tight one, everyone. Alright, gathering 3. Pushing 2. And let's go with... deal our 2 damage here. Then... hang on, it was a... what things look like before that? Yeah, it's 2 either way. If I do voice first, yeah, it doesn't help. I wanted to do 3 damage here first to get rid of this town, and then I could get rid of the resulting Explorer, but the resulting Explorer is going to die during the Ravage phase next turn. I'm not that worried about it. All right. Okay, then Voice of Thunder here. So that already has 2 damage on it. 2 in here already does as much damage as we need to. I think the third one we want it over here just to get that little extra damage out of it. Because right now every point matters. Okay. Goodness, things are bad. Alright. What's this presence track look like? It looks great. I'm thinking I'm gonna add a presence. And I'm going to try to manifest here. Alright. I do get a reclaim 1. That's potentially helpful. Veil is quite good. And I think much better than either of those other 2. Okay, so I've got 6 to work with. If we're doing Manifest and Veil, and maybe a sudden ambush, I think that gives us enough Dahan running in here to prevent England from winning. So they're going to build here twice, at least. Because once on this card, maybe twice, and once on this card, because that'll definitely be a stage 2 escalation. And they're currently at 5. So I can only afford to let them build essentially once. So I need to destroy enough stuff that they can build more. If I do enough fear, 3 total fear will stop one of those builds. Okay. So essentially I can... Oh, and Gather the Warriors I can do fast. That's big. Okay. This is looking plausible. And possibly, by the time they get to their escalation, this will actually be the place that escalates. Oh boy, but they're also building on the coast. Oh my god, so they're also building on this card. Goodness. So if they build here, that brings this up to 5 settlements. They escalate here, it brings it up to 6. Oh boy. Okay. We're getting there. Finish playing cards. Oh boy. Okay. So using a gather, I can pull from here and here into here. I could ambush like this, because the actual killing explorers part of ambush isn't that important. Okay. Or I could ambush like this. Either way, I'm getting probably this guy. This is really the Dahan that's doing the least here. So, sudden ambush, we're really just counting as a pull a guy in. It would obviously be nice to kill all of those explorers, but I don't think it's a high priority, honestly. Like, we're really more worried about them winning on buildings. So, sudden ambush, pull this guy in. It does a point of damage. I don't care. Okay. Then we gather the warriors. We pull 1, 2, 3, and probably 4. Yep. Grab you. I guess there's an argument to be made there for this one coming, because then I can get both of these presents up there too. But I think I'm gonna have enough. I think this manifest is gonna wipe this place out. So yeah, let's just move the 2. Because yeah, then I'm also gonna have 2 more. Yeah, this manifest is gonna be just ridiculous numbers. No pushing. There's an argument to be made for killing towns. There's a strong argument to be made for killing towns. I think we should prioritize towns, because killing a city doesn't actually reduce the number of cities and towns in here, because it'll get replaced with a town. So essentially, if I focus on cities, I have to do 4 damage to the city and then 3 damage to the resulting town. So that's 7 damage to actually reduce the building count, whereas killing towns, it's just 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Veil. Push up to 3. 1 here. Another one here. Might be time to do the math. So pushing those 2 in finishes off this town. That gets us down to where they only have 3. It's only going to do 1 more fear. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get a fear card. So 3 buildings, 4, 5, 6, escalation, 7. I may have just lost this game. Oh boy. So looking at this, I don't have any powers left. Could I have done things differently? Killing a city instead of a town would make a fear card, but again, would not reduce the number of buildings, so it's sort of a net 0, because I end up with 1 less build, but 1 more building. I guess it's possible the fear card could win me the game, though, so maybe that's actually what I need to count on. So instead of that last one. Alright. This isn't good, guys. England's hard. Alright. 1, 2, 3. So if I just... No, I do want the last one. Grab all the presents in case it matters. No pushing required. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And why not? This guy won't die during the Ravage after all, but whatever. So yeah, to explain my reasoning here, that gets me a fear card. There are now 4 here instead of 3, so I still lose with the cards on the board, but maybe the fear card saves me. They'll only build once now instead of twice, but then they'll build here, and they'll build using the escalation. So probably I still lose. Alright. Let's see what happens. It's not really enough. Yeah, no, that doesn't save me. All right. He's coming up. He's gonna help. All right. Well, at least now I've got something for next episode. Um, yep, that's how that works. Okay, well, I think if the first card is not wetlands, we will be in much better shape. Um, I think the ideal first card would be either jungle or sand, but I could maybe handle mountains. I think wetland is just too much. The stuff that they're doing in these three lands is it put me on the back foot very quickly. Whereas if the initial explorer is in the sand or the jungle, I can focus on getting ahead instead of just catching up. Um, I did get a score of 41, which I've had a lot of victories that are less than that. Um, but yeah, here we are. All right. Well, I'll see you next time. We'll do it all again with better. Oh, hold on. Showing you statistics. I keep thinking someone cares. Look at that. 2 blight removed. Don't see that very often. In fact, 7 in all time. That's a thing. Um, that's a big number. Anyway, have a good one, everyone, and I will see you next time.